Good morning, everybody. Happy hump day.
Good morning,
Yo, how's it going today, brother?
Going good. Staying busy, so I'm loving it.
Excellent. I like things being busy, and I need a sip of my coffee. Look. And listen, Joe put up a suggestion to put it in the coin tree. So the link is in the description. Go down to coin tree, and it is now there. I have it there if you're interested. Thank you, Joe, for that. Yeah, this guy's always got my back, man. He really does. He really. So many times he'll send me a message. Hey, man, what about this? Hey, man, what about that? And it's like, oh yeah, I feel like I'm just again, senior moments, but Joe's got my back.
That's right.
Appreciate it. And listen, everybody, we're going to be heading over to Joe's stream right after we're done here. So all you got to do is sit tight if you are on YouTube. We got a bunch of stuff to cover today. We're going to talk Bitcoin, obviously. Joe's going to look at the Bitcoin chart. I can't even talk. Chart. We've got some Ripple news. We've got some TON news. Matter of fact, Joe will look at that chart too, see how the news is affecting that. And at the very end, we're going to take a look at something that Crypto Jar and I mentioned last night during the Matrix Money podcast, is new business venture, the Node Factory. We're going to take a quick look at that, and so stay tuned for that. But looks like we got a bunch of Piper Academy starting to flow on in here. I appreciate that. And but Crypto Princess was first. Thank you, Crypto Princess. And yes, good day. Yes, and that's what I said back to her. Oh, good day, Crypto Princess.
Good day.
BC Port Corp in the house. Appreciate BC as always. Great support. Although I told him good morning, but then I realized it's probably midday for him. Poor guy's been up since some ungodly hour of this morning. Dylan VA in the house. Dylan, don't forget you got to get me that Litecoin address thing. So don't forget about that. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Kevin in the house from Lakeland, Florida. Kevin, I got all your messages. I just haven't had a chance to even look at them. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I am so far behind, but I will, I promise. Appreciate you being here, man. Really appreciate it. Automatic Beats in the house. All right. Appreciate that. And of course, Alexandra G, the Mod Queen. If you are a channel member, put those Mod Queen emojis in the chat. Yes, appreciate you guys very much. And Andy is here. Every time I turn on the TV, I see you two lately. Well, I'd like to say that's a good thing. That means you're tuned to the right channel. I'm just saying. Oh, man. Let's see. Hopefully I should be back to work this weekend and I can apply pressure on Oh, man. I didn't realize you were gimping. Oh, crap. Yeah, that's not good. I've had some foot issues and man, it ain't fun when you're trying to get around and you can't be walking straight, man. It messes up the rest of your body because it throws off your gait. Then next thing you know, your hip, your back. And, for those of us of a certain age, that already happens already. So we're not looking for any more of that. Army Piper is in the house. Thank you again, sir, for sending everybody this way. Much appreciated. And Andrea saying, I pulled the core weave white paper. Wasn't thrilled with what they want. Okay. Okay, send it to me. I'll be interested. And what I look at this. BC don't need sleep. No hashtags because
Nice.
already got sleep. How about you, Joe? Have you been getting enough sleep lately or what? I know you.
Yesterday I actually took a nap. I took a nap, and of course, from 6 to 7. 6 to 10. So I got 4 hours of sleep. Stayed up for about 4 hours, just updating the group, watching some people, and then got a good, I want to say maybe 6-7 hours this morning. So that was good. It was really good.
That was good, Joe. Yeah. Oh my goodness, you don't know what to do with all that sleep.
I know, and it's like, oh my gosh. So yeah.
When Jesse comes in, we'll have to hashtag Jesse needs sleep.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. All right, let's. I guess we should probably kick this thing off. We're going to talk a little bit about Bitcoin first, and then Joe's going to jump into that chart. So stay tuned. And like I said, we're going to talk about the Node Factory at the end here. So stick around for that. All right, here we go. Here's the first thing up on the docket for today. Well, it's not just in, but RemixPoint, which is a Japanese company, first public company executive in Japan to take his entire salary in Bitcoin. Now, again, I know this is probably for most of us here, just like, oh, well, that's a nice thing to see, I guess. But like, I don't know, it just shows to me more adoption. It shows to me that people are willing to say that all fiat currency is crap, because obviously he doesn't want the yen, and he doesn't want USD or any other stable coin, but he's all about going in and taking his entire salary in Bitcoin. I even when it gets like it pulls back, it's got to be a win, all things being equal. So to me, I don't know, it just helps with the adoption thing. Joe, anything you want to add in that before we jump on to the next?
Yeah, I've seen some posts in reference to some of the sports players, NBA, football,
Yes,
where they taken it in Bitcoin, and then of course, it went down, and everyone's like, "Oh, you shouldn't have done it in Bitcoin, this and that." But then when it went up, it was like, "Who's talking now?" Because it
exactly.
far exceeded what he would have had. Not only that, but just as the years go on, the value of the dollar goes lower, and well, yes, we have pullbacks, but hold it for a little bit, and you'll be very surprised.
Yeah. And even if they wanted to do something like the wealth cycling, like Daniel Diaz talks about, where, he uses Bitcoin to get those gains and then he cycles it into gold. And then when, Bitcoin pulls back, he cycles back in, rides it back up. Hey, whatever works. I mean, to me,
Right.
winner right there, all the way around. And now I don't think Jar is in the chat here, but we may have some other peeps here from Canada. And here you go. For those of you in Canada, Alberta, Canada's Bow Valley Credit Union, launched Canada's first Bitcoin gateway. So basically, you can take your fiat and buy Bitcoin right in their banking app. There you go. There you go. I mean, yeah, okay, you could do it theoretically on Robinhood, or I think even Cash App does that. I don't know. I don't use Cash App. But this right here in your banking app, everybody uses their banking app on their phone. I mean, it's just the way it is. So now right here, you can do it. If you're in Canada and this is one of your credit unions or one of your banks, you are able to do it right there inside of the actual app. It looks like it's a Bitcoin only thing right now, but we'll see what happens. Bitcoin only works for me too. One other Bitcoin piece of news, I believe just one, right? Yeah. One other Bitcoin piece of news right here. Now, I follow Bitcoin Ben, but I'm not going to lie. I really don't follow him so closely. I'm on top of everything that he's doing. Joe, I don't know about you, man, but I can't follow all of these people. I try. I really do. I try to support everybody, but it's so tough. There are so many good people out there, including yourself, by the way. And that's why we're going to Joe's stream right after this. Do you find that a problem? I know you like to put a bunch of them on in the background, but God bless you for doing it.
It's extremely difficult. Like, you literally need to hire a person or AI or whatever to like everything and share everything and comment on everything. It's just too much. And especially if you have your own thing that you're trying to do,
right,
whether it's a group or just getting everything ready for a live stream, it's a lot. It really is. The people here, the dedicated people that are here, they know exactly what we're talking about, because they are literally following everybody. They're following myself, they're following you, they're following like 20 other content creators at the minimum, supporting all of them, when they can, if they can. So they know also how, like, it's just like, man, I wish I could just duplicate myself to spread. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fact. And so, yeah, with that, I want to say thank you to everybody that is here. And you guys are great. I appreciate the support. Truly, I do. So, yeah, thank you, and thank you. But anyway, the reason I brought this up was, and I don't have all the details. I started trying to do research, but I literally ran out of time. It looks like he's going to be launching, or he's part of a launch of something called Private Key Bank. According to what he's posted here, first ever full-backed Bitcoin bank. Now it kind of, and he says more information to come over the week. So it's probably over the weekend, that kind of thing. He's calling it private key bank, and there's the logo and that kind of thing right there. To me, this is like the next iteration of things. If you ask me, it makes sense, right? I mean, if you're looking to get out of the traditional banking system but still need banking services, this may be the way to go. I don't know. Man, just a lot of bullish Bitcoin news everywhere you turn at this point. Everywhere.
Yep, I agree.
So, all right, Joe, if you're ready to take over the show, we'll bring bring it up.
Well, let's do it.
All right, there it is, guys. Take it over, Joe.
Right. So for those of you who know, this could look confusing, but if we just kind of break it down, this right here, I'm just showing that I did a video for my group when the price was right here. This was a video that I did, but we're going to zoom in really quick and then we're going to zoom out. And this is why it's very important to wait. Patience is key. Like, you have to have patience. One of the biggest downfalls I had when I first started was the lack of patience, and I wanted it right now. And it hurts. It really hurts when you lose all this money. So here we were talking about a few different things yesterday. I'm not going to go over all this. This is basically my bounce area. But it did end up bouncing here. It ended up breaking this level, which this is my plan A. Come up here, get rejected, maybe. Then come down, then come up. We kind of did something like this. We did break up. And now what we're looking for is a retest. The retest is very important. And, could you enter on the breakout once the candle closed? Sure, of course. But it's safer on a retest or the break of the newly created pivot. So that's what this is showing here. And then also that's what I did in the video. Here, the price was right here when we made the video. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people were going to enter longs or enter Bitcoin. But usually longs, just regular alts. However, we have to wait. I think it was like 23 minutes before the candle closed. So we have to wait for the candle close because this is a very important candle. If we break underneath it, then there's a pretty good chance, we could do something like this where it just goes lower and lower and lower. Again, I'm looking for a bounce possibly here, maybe a change of direction. But, every pivot that we have is another chance that it could go up or it could go down. So this is why I'm always like level by level. But sure enough, the price did come back down underneath this. And right now it's kind of struggling. It wants to fight above because we're so close to the all-time high. We're going to go over that in just a second. But we're so close to it that's what makes it a little bit more difficult because you can look at it two ways. One, we're close to all-time highs. And there's a really good chance that we could continue to go up, or you could look at it. Here's a top or a high, short it, you make money. Here's a lower high, short it, you make money. Here's a possible lower high, short it, you make money. And if you notice, this one goes down, this one goes lower, this one could potentially go lower. Again, we don't know what's going to happen. Just kind of a side note, and I think it's so funny. There are so many people out there, so many of them, where they will literally spend 20, 25 minutes talking about what already happened. And, look at it hit the 618. And if you would have entered here and you could have made this money, and if you would have shorted at the value area high and went to the POC, and look how it went to this level, and then look at the moving average. And if you would have just taken this call and enter and exit, and these are perfect setups. It's really easy to see after the fact. But when you ask them, okay, well, what's going to happen right now? Like, what? I know you don't know like 100%, but what do you think is going to happen right now? And they're like, well, what do you mean? Like, what do you like? Do you think it's going to go up, down, is sideways? Like, just your thought process right now of what might happen. I know it's not what it will happen. Just what do you think? Well, and now it's in my opinion, that's when the real skill comes in, because now it's like, oh crap, like I can't base my words off of what already happened. I have to base my words off of what I think might happen. Well, and then that's when they go real quick. Well, it might come down and shoot up, or it might roll over. All right, cool. Which one are you more leaning towards? Like, I don't. Well, maybe this one. Okay, cool. So like all that information of how I could have made money, it doesn't help me, because I didn't make money, because I didn't do all the woulda, shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Right now, it's like, what do I think is going to happen now? And that's why whenever I do my mentorship, this is like, we go to the 1 hour time frame. This is what I do. Like, I show you where price is here. I think it might come up, pivot here. I don't know. Come down, looking for a bounce here, maybe as low as this. What happens? Price goes up, pivots, comes down. The pivot was here instead of here. But again, I don't know what's going to happen. But the overall thing is to where we make a higher low, higher high. Look at this, higher high. Come down. Eventually, this is my plan A. Eventually break up. Now, every time we do these pivots, this is an opportunity for the price to flip. Because again, I don't know what's going to happen. And here I'm looking for a bounce. Price was doing a pivot, looking for a bounce. And guess what happened? Did not bounce. Not yet anyway. Starting to come down. So when it comes down, well, then now we have to adjust to the price. And one thing I hate is I always do this teaching. Like, I really hate. I'm trying to go like fast, and I just end up teaching. So if you want more of this type of teaching, come join me on my channel. Like, I go over all this. I go over my thought process. I do this every single day, Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard, Saturday and Sunday at 4. What do I think is going to happen right now? It just depends on the next maybe 2 candles, the hourly candles. If we break above this, now what we need to do is we need to break this pivot, 109.3, in order for us to potentially continue going up and potentially all-time high, maybe today, maybe this week. But if we get rejected here and we start coming down, well, then now start looking for this. And there's one thing I hate. I wish I could say it's going to do this. Like all these mentors out here that wreck people, in my opinion, I would love to say it's going to do this, or it's going to do this. But I can't, because nobody knows what's going to happen. I know what might happen, possible, chance, higher probability. But unless I have 2 more candles, I don't know. I don't know if we're going to get rejected here or if we're going to find support. So in my opinion, I would lean more towards, well, because again, we're close to all-time high, possibly coming up. And I'm just guessing. It's funny too. Side note, Joe, this is what making this your show. Calm down. Side note. So I have this I have 2 trolls on my channel. One of them, he's been very active lately. Love the dude. Makes me laugh like crazy because he's trying to troll me. And there's times like right now, I'm saying, like, if I had to guess, I'm gonna say up. And see, you don't even know. You're guessing. Yeah, I just said it. If I had to guess, right now. But this one is more. I'm more inclined to go up. But when we were over here, this is when I definitely said it's like flipping a quarter. I don't know. I'm just gonna guess. And he's trying to dog me. Oh man, you don't even know. No, like I don't know. I mean, I'm guessing down, but it didn't go down. It went up. But yeah, if you want more of that information, guys, make sure to tune into my channel. But yeah, right now I have to wait another 2 candles to see. But I'm gonna go with more up. I'm leaning more towards the upside than the downside, just because. I mean, hopefully we get bullish again, but we'll see.
All right. Appreciate that. Yeah. You know what, Joe, I always appreciate the fact that you give a A possibility and a B possibility. And I get it. There's still the people that might say, well, geez, but okay. It is what it is. It's trading. Ain't nobody know what the market's going to do. It just is the facts of the matter. But at least you say, listen, I'm more leaning this way. I'm all about that.
And there's a lot of them that they're like it can go up and go down. The spray and pray, yeah. I tell you what, when I first started trading, I did that. I had like 84, 86 coins that I was in. Some of them had really decent money. Some of them only had like $20, $30, $50 because I had so many coins, and I did that spray and pray.
Yep.
And I lost money on on all of them really.
Yep.
Because they all went down, and I just
we've all done it. We've all done it.
Yeah. Because it's like, what are the odds, man? Like so. But then if you realize it, let's just say one of them does hit, and it does 200%, but you only have $50 in it. It's like, well, there goes that. So.
Right. All right, and so stay tuned. We're going to be heading over to Joe's stream right after this, assuming I don't get rugged. My internet's already glitching out. I warned Joe, but if I get rugged, we'll make it there anyway. Let's see. Mike is in the house, and yes, it isn't easy. He's referring back to when we were saying, man, can't keep up with everybody. Too many creators, too many good people out there trying to follow them all. And yeah, same. Drew is in the house, and same, man. I don't know how the hell she does it. God bless her. She is everywhere, man.
I thought she didn't work. I thought, and this is no lie, I literally thought she didn't work. She had a computer set up to where it had like maybe 6 or 8 monitors, and like she's just like on it.
Yeah, that was her day. Yeah.
But then I realized that she worked. It's like, how in the heck?
Yeah. Like, wow. How does she do it all? How does she do it? I know she's amazing. Like I said, she is amazing. Tech Man is in the house. Appreciate you being here, Tech Man. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. And D-Loon, there we go. D-Loon is in the house. Appreciate you. All right. Oh, wait, what did I get? I'll throw $100, but I have a strict plan on. Yeah, well, there you go. At least you got a plan. Like it might be a bad plan, right? Yeah, no. At least you got a plan. But bad plan or not, it's a plan. Oh man. All right, let's get into the continuing news, because we're going to talk a little bit more about Ripple and TON, and Joe will look at that again as we get to that. We're going to talk Tether, and again at the end we're going to look at the Node Factory that we started talking about last night during Matrix Money podcast. So right here, I thought this was great. I mean, we're seeing a lot more of this stuff lately with regard to credit cards, debit cards, that kind of thing. Japanese credit card users can now exchange their reward points for crypto. So BTC, ETH, XRP they put in right here. Basically, SBI's Apple Plus card is first to launch a crypto rewards program within the Japanese credit card ecosystem. There you go. Move in the right direction.
I like it.
Yeah, right. I mean, damn. We'll take it. And more stuff coming right here. Look at this. Emirates Airline. So basically for like the UAE airline kind of thing, they will be accepting Bitcoin and crypto payments for flights. More huge news. I mean, it makes sense. Beside having treasury companies now, which is, I was saying it on, I forgot what podcast I was on. I was saying it. I was like, man, that's like the new alt season to me, is the these companies that are holding like Bitcoin treasuries, in their treasury. This is the new thing. Well, here you can build the treasury without having to even fork out any other money by just accepting Bitcoin and crypto as part of your literal day-to-day operations right here. And that's what they are doing. This is huge to me as well. Now, let's clip along with this. Truth Social. You and I have talked about Truth Social a number of times with some of the filings that they put out, Joe, on their S1s to the SEC. But right here, they've put out another one, basically to launch what they're calling a blue chip ETF, a crypto blue chip ETF, which makes, quite frankly, a lot of sense to me if you're going to do some kind of an ETF. And it's going to be holding Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Crow, and XRP. I mean, honestly, none of those surprise me, to be honest, that they would want to hold those. But the fact that they want to, and correct me if I'm wrong, Joe, I don't know that, is there anybody else that put out a filing that you can think of that is doing this kind of like blue chip kind of thing with regard to crypto?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. But and if they did, I'm sure somebody will correct me in the in the chat there by all means. But I thought this was, again, huge news, move in the right direction with regard to, excuse me, the ETF. If we're going to start moving crypto to ETFs for people to be able to access, why not a blue chip ETF? Because again, these most likely will go down the least. Okay, I don't know about Solana. Let's not get me going about that. But because you know how much I love that, and I know how much you love XRP, and we're going to talk about XRP again in a minute there, Joe. Oh man, I'm sorry, but you know what? The hell with it. Let's talk about XRP right now. So XRP, and for those coming over from Piper Academy, Piper talked about this during his stream. This is relatively new news, basically saying that they are going to use Bank of New York Mellon, so BNY Mellon, to custody their US dollar reserves for their RLUSD stablecoin. And we've had a lot of news about stablecoins. We've had a lot of news about these companies, including Ripple, who have put up applications for banking charters and all that kind of thing. So I don't know. I don't use BNY Mellon. It's one of the oldest banks in the country. But I mean, any thoughts about this, Joe? Anything you want to add in beside your love of Ripple?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, maybe at some point we'll bring up Joe's Ripple chart again as XRP chart. I made a clip on it. You can go check it out. And there you go, XRP, to the moon. I don't know. Well, Mike, you just stick tight. You can go over to Joe's stream after this, and maybe he'll even look at that chart for you if you request it. He does take those altcoin requests. But speaking of altcoins, and Joe's going to look at this shortly, I want to kind of get through this news here a little bit. The TON Foundation clarifies a misleading announcement. So I'm going to read through this a little bit so you guys can get the 411 on this. The TON Foundation has denied claims that it has launched an official UAE Golden Visa initiative. And now when they're talking Golden Visa, it's kind of like the visa program that that Trump put out for the U.S. Pay, I forgot what it is, $500,000, and you can get a fast track visa or something like that. So basically, they are denying claims that that's what they were forming with the UAE. This clarification follows widespread social media reports suggesting that digital asset investors could gain UAE residency through staking the TON token. Basically, over the weekend, TON Promotions claimed individuals could secure a 10-year golden visa by staking $100,000 worth of TON tokens and paying a $35,000 processing fee. Wow. Which is, according to this, much better than like requiring a lot of these countries who give these golden visas say you have to go and own like real estate in order to be vested in the country, which again makes some kind of sense, right? And that is a like $500,000 venture right now in the UAE. So if this were true, this would be a significantly cheaper way to be able to do that. But it says here, however, UAE authorities basically said in a joint statement that was not true. There was no such initiative. And right here, the ICP, which is one of their groups, claimed that the golden visas remain limited to applicants who meet specific eligibility criteria, such as real estate investors, entrepreneurs, scientists, exceptional talent, etc. Again, like just about every other country. So I just want to hit this last piece, and then we'll move on. In its July 7th statement, TON explained the initiative in question is an exploratory effort in collaboration with a licensed partner specializing in blockchain infrastructure and tokenized assets. Okay, but according to the statement, no official golden visa program has been launched in partnership with the government of the United Arab Emirates, nor has any governmental endorsement been granted to TON? I don't know. You got to be careful when you're putting this information out there. If you're a company, or in this case, the foundation, with regard to that, I mean, my goodness, talk about egg on your face, in my opinion. You know, anything.
They're just trying to get that hype. Yeah, they're just trying to get that hype.
Yes.
But then when it's realized that it's not, well, then it makes you look really bad.
Right. And that's the point. It's like, that is the legit egg on your face right there. Yeah. It's not. I don't know, the weekend, let's say they got all that hype over the weekend. The weekend of hype isn't worth having to sit here and backtrack later on, in my opinion. But I have one other piece of TON news, and then Joe's going to look at the chart real quick. So right here, TON, according to this, blockchain joins the Crypto.com's custody, basically expanding institutional access to the TON ecosystem. So again, some positive news with some negative news, but I see this little bit of positivity and news right here being very much, I don't know, it doesn't compensate for the whole fandango with United Arab Emirates. Just saying.
Yeah, because that was huge. That was like really huge. So yeah.
So Joe, I'm going to bring up your chart, and if you want to go quickly through that, we can. And then, like I said, about a half hour, we're heading over to you. So here you go, brother.
Yeah. So this is TON right here. This is on the daily chart. So you can see that because of that news, there wasn't really too much, like anything really. We did have a spike the day before, or this might be the day of the news, but it just quickly took it back down underneath resistance at 2.815. For me personally, it doesn't look strong. You know, we're having this kind of like a hump to where it's just rolling over to the downside. So for me personally, I would just set an alert here. It's about 35% away from the current price, but this is more of a set it and forget it, to where your alert goes off at 3.820. You make sure that the daily candle is above 3.515. If it is, you enter the trade. Again, not financial advice. If you're doing this more for kind of like a longer term investment, this is an investment as well, but this is a safer investment, because more than likely when it goes here, we're hopefully not going to go down another 30, 40, 50%. But if we did it here, you could enter here planning on maybe another pullback of 20, 30, 40, 50%. But just know that here it's much safer for your investment versus here. But that's pretty much all I got on TON. I personally would just wait the 35%. Yes, I'm missing out on potentially 35%. However, when I do enter it for an investment, I'm seeing the investment in the positive versus in the negative for several days, maybe even several weeks or months before I get into the positive. So that's my thought process.
I'm glad you actually just said that last sentence right there, because I was going to say, so what's your time frame? But you just laid it out right there. That was awesome. Thank you for taking the extra time to look at that, Joe. I really appreciate it. I kind of would have expected a little more volatility in it, given up and down.
Because that news was huge.
Yeah,
and it just barely went up, and it took it all back. So
I know, crazy. But I mean, and correct me if I'm wrong, Joe. I know you follow TON a lot closer than I do, but I mean, it seems like they've got stuff going on. So it's not like that, you know, like you said, if you're thinking investment or whatever, I don't know.
Yeah, for me, I love TON. I really, really do. It's just the market is not good right now, and I tell everybody this too. You know, it's kind of like a joke. Like right now, I'm supposed to be picking out my color of my Lambo, but I'm picking: do I want chicken flavor or shrimp flavor ramen? You know, which one do I want? And it's just like we're supposed to be like right now, because normally January, February, March, good money. You know, making good money. Then April we kind of start slowing down. Of course, you know, selling May go away. Then June kind of goes down. Then June to July we start loading up again, and boom, taking off. Here we are already in July, and we didn't get that first run. Are we gonna get the second run? I hope so. And right now everything's just so difficult with Bitcoin, the way it's going, and the way the alts are reacting. I mean, this is just I would not have even dreamt anything like this that we're dealing with right now. There's no, but we have to deal with it. So we have to trade what we can, how we can, adjust to the market.
So, right. Exactly. Adjust to the market. Facts, man. Facts. And, again, I know people are still kind of bullish on alt season to some degree. I don't know. Like I said, if we have it, I'm more of the mindset it's going to be a selective alt season.
Very selective, and you're not going to know which one is going to go. It's going to be just pure randomness, and then you're like, oh well, this coin did it, and this coin did it, and these coins normally follow, and you get into those coins, and then who knows, a totally different category might start going.
Right.
It's going to be so difficult. Last season, man, you can just throw $100 into any coin. Yeah. Wait 8 months, it 10x. That was last season. This season,
not so much. Yeah, Andy's spray and pray. Definitely not good for this season's market right now.
And then what you're going to see a lot of too, a bunch of meme coins either popping off or meme coins that have done well in the past. They're going to do really nice, in my opinion, and that's what's really upsetting. Like for me anyway, in my opinion, the meme coins, whether it's whatever one, just pick anyone that has been doing well lately. I think that they're going to outperform Link, which in my opinion is a really great one. They're going to outperform, whether it's Solana, Say, or SEI. I don't know how to say that one. Just all these other coins that have backing and have fundamentals behind it. They're going to get outperformed by some Turbo. I love Turbo. It's a turtle that it's like, how cute is this turtle? And it's a meme coin. Doesn't do anything. I'll buy that.
Here you go. That's the mentality. Doesn't do a damn.
Yeah. And those are the tokens that are going to move. And that's really sad because, yes, we're in this space to make money, but by the same token, we want to see the space get more adoption. And the way they get adoption is, RWAs. These are real world assets to where it's actually helping the community. You can buy a house using your crypto, and the house is on the blockchain, and you actually own it. Now, of course, then government might come in and do something, but that's down the road. But
I was gonna say, that's for another day. Speaking of which, we didn't talk about it, and I mentioned it, I think, briefly when Joe and I were live on Monday about some of the legislation working its way through Congress this week, and there's a number of things, but including a hearing, which is what I think we focused on for crypto, kind of setting up a crypto framework in the House Ways and Means Committee. Stay tuned as that information on that stuff comes out. We will definitely follow up on that. And so be aware of that. And Drunk on Crypto in the house. You're not late, brother. You get here when you get here. Appreciate you being here, man. No worries whatsoever. Being here when you get here. And all right, so we're going to finish up. We're going to wrap up real quick. We're going to talk a little bit. Not that this next piece doesn't really have anything much to do with crypto, except for the fact like why you should be in it. Then we're going to talk Tether. We're going to talk about, like I said, the Node Factory, which I started talking about last night with Jar. And then finally, we're going to be heading over to Joe's stream. So about 20 minutes, we're heading over there. Now, listen, we got a bunch of people on X. Thanks, man. I appreciate all the support on X. We're getting a lot of support there. But I can only forward from YouTube. So if you want to get forwarded automatically, you got to come over to YouTube. When you get here, smash the like, you know the drill. And then we'll just forward you right over when the stream is over, assuming, like I said, my internet doesn't rug me. Honestly, I thought I was going to do it last night. I had some major thunder. You could hear the thunder going off in the background while Jar and I were live, man. And I was just like, yep, I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting. It's going to poof. I'm going to be gone. Anyway, all right. So let's get to the next piece right here. So the salary, we talk all the time about having a salary where you can now live comfortably if you're just living on fiat. What does that take? What does that look like? That kind of thing. right now. So they broke this down here for a single adult.
Wow.
Is that not crazy? To live comfortably, you need to make almost 95 grand. Can I just say I am nowhere near that? Okay, just saying. So that would explain why I ain't living very damn comfortably right now, and it also explains why people are literally struggling and having a super hard time just living. I mean, that's insane. Again, that's a single adult. Look at the whole family. Well, okay, first they give you the national average, which still, I mean, hello, because this
That's
was meant for
insane.
Florida. But the national average is still 93. You might as well just say call it equal, call it the same, no matter where you live. And then look at this, for 2 adults and 2 children, so basically a family of 4, almost $210,000. Holy! I wish we had the Piper Academy things here, because I'd be like, put the holy balls in the chat, because wow, that's
insane.
It is. And yeah, exactly, with wife buying 89 in the house, and she is saying, yeah, people barely make it with that dual income. It's fact. It's insane. I mean, I don't know, it makes me this kind of stuff, Joe, drives me to keep doing this every single day. It really does. To help somebody to not have to be suffering the way I know people are. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being too righteous right now or something. I don't know. But
and it's funny, like especially like these younger guys. Now I'm thinking about like single and relationship. So and it's funny too, like all these guys that are straight out of high school, they're working at Wendy's or they're working at Popeyes or wherever, and they're making whatever, I don't know what the minimum wage is, 15 or 10, I don't know what it is, but they're making minimum wage and they're trying to get a girlfriend, well, the girlfriend is not going to want to hang, unless you're really cute, the girlfriend's not going to hang out with you because you don't have any money,
Yep.
and they're going to go with somebody who makes more money. So that because they want to have the comforts of life.
Yep.
And it's like, man, I feel so bad for these dudes who are struggling and trying to make ends meet, and then trying to get a girlfriend. Like, how do you even get a wife? You can't.
Yep.
So that's crazy.
Facts. And here you go. Wait, my buttons are not working. Here we go. Right here, she hits it right on the head. Don't worry. Billionaires get richer day by day.
Yep.
Day by day. Facts, man. That is so true. I don't know. It makes me, like I said, makes me continue to, it drives me. I talk to people all the time, working 2 jobs just to head above, like this, the water's right here and they're just trying to breathe. You know what I'm saying? It's insane. Anyway. All right, let's get on to this next piece. And Tether, we love talking gold here. I love, can I just say that I am really loving, if you haven't checked out Kinesis yet, you need to do that, because, man, I am loving it. It's a great platform. You can go back and forth with crypto. You can go back and forth with gold, silver, etc. And if you live outside of the United States, you can already have the debit card to go and spend literally gold, silver that way. Oh, check it out if you haven't already done so. There's a link in the description. But the reason I say that right here, Tether holds $8 billion gold stockpile in a Swiss vault with nearly 80 tons, making it one of the largest holders outside of banks and nations. God bless them. But I mean, that's a lot of gold, man. That's a lot of gold. And we're seeing more and more central banks doing the whole gold thing right now, with moving reserves into gold. And there's a reason, right? I mean, they know that the end is coming, that the shit don't end well when we keep driving, in this case, the U.S. debt up and up and up. And I know we didn't bring that up today because that's usually we do that on Mondays, Joe and I. But I don't know, man. I got to say this. It's been better for both of our blood pressures since the change in administration. However, I'm gonna say this: a little bit more anxiety since that big beautiful bill that we talked about on Monday got signed into law, because I know that that's going to start increasing the debt. So just a little bit, I know it could still be worse, can always be worse, right? But
That's right.
Yeah, I guess. All right, guys, hang tight. We're gonna go. We got one more thing to go over, and then, like I said, we're heading over to see Joe. We're gonna raid his stream when we get there. Don't forget CCM raid, and I'll give you the updates as to where I stand. Like I said, for me, for the rest of this week. But last night during the Matrix Money podcast, which you can watch, excuse me. Now we're back every Tuesday night, 6 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesday. Jar and I came back for the first time, and he started talking about one of his side businesses that he's put together. This may now be one of the more main businesses because I think it's really starting to pick up for him. But basically, it's called the Node Factory. Link, I think I put a link in the description, but if I did not, I'm going to put it in the live chat right now because I was rushing to get this together, so I might have forgotten. So if I did, my apologies. I promise when for those who are going to watch this on the replay, I'll make sure the link is in there by then. But I just dropped it into the chat, so you go ahead and check this out. I just registered for this myself this morning. So basically, it can get expensive to do mining, right? I mean, the ASICs alone, if you're doing Bitcoin mining, oh my God, it's just insane. And even if you're doing something like with nodes, so you're mining Caspa, with the KS0 or whatever the case may be, it can get expensive as the hash rate starts to increase with these projects. So basically what Jar's done, and again, I'm not going to do this any justice by any means. We're going to actually watch his video here, a little explainer video, or we're going to try if I can reset the sucker. And basically you can buy a share in a miner and get rewards. They'll take care of everything. They do all they cover the expenses for the electricity. They cover the upkeep. They cover all this stuff. You buy the share and basically you get the rewards. Now there is a
so right now you just kind of froze up a little bit, but you were saying that you get the share like at the very beginning. Okay.
Yep, you go and buy a share. So basically, like let's say you're going to do Bitcoin, you buy a share of a particular ASIC that they have there, and then depending on how much of that, how big your share is, you get a percentage of the rewards for the mining that goes on, and they take a fee out of the rewards. That's how they keep themselves running. And again, check the FAQs for the deets. But basically, Jar was saying somewhere between, I think he said 6 and 10%. Don't quote me on that again. I tried to get him to come on, but that way he could talk about it live. But unfortunately, he had business meetings this morning, so he was unable to do that. So I'm trying to do this justice. But I'm going to turn this on real quick. And it's I don't even think it's a minute long explainer video here. Turn that up.
Ever wanted to get into crypto projects like nodes, ASICs, or deepen services, but found the cost or risk too high? That's where the Node Factory comes in. We offer shares of these projects, and you can think of it like owning a piece of the action. It lowers the barriers, so you don't need big money or tech know-how. We offer an end-to-end solution for operating and hosting, and you get rewards paid out regularly to your dashboard. We offer simple payment solutions with PayPal, so you don't even need crypto to buy in. With us, you can participate, spread the risk, and still benefit as these projects grow. It's crypto made simple and accessible for everyone. The Node Factory is your way to crypto growth. Click the link below to get started. Ever wanted to get...
And I don't know. I like this whole idea because, again, it can be expensive to start. I'm trying to run a node or an ASIC or whatever. So the fact that you could literally get, I mean, they call them shares, but you could get a piece of the action without having to take on a huge amount of the risks. Now, I was looking in. So, for example, one of them I was looking into was Dash, because Dash does staking and Dash does nodes. I love Dash. FYI, love Dash. And I stake. I actually put a video together showing people how to stake their Dash in their Dash wallet right on their phone. So you can go do that. But if you wanted to be part of the node project, they have it here. To do a node right now, it's almost like $20,000 US to set up a node for Dash. But you can get into this by literally getting Dash, I don't know, few $100 a Dash, and putting it into the node. And guess what? Now you start earning passive rewards through their node for doing that. That's honestly what I'm thinking. The first one I'm going to probably do. It's worth checking out. I just put the link, like I said, in the live chat. Hopefully I was smart enough to put it in the description. But if you are watching this on the replay, I promise it'll be there by the time you do. Joe, what do you think? I mean, I know you're not necessarily into the whole mining thing, but I don't know. I think it's a good option for people that want to maybe dip their toes. What do you think?
Yeah, it's an extremely amazing opportunity, because let's say you want to buy equipment to run your own whatever, so you can start mining like I did. And matter of fact, I actually just yesterday, day before, pulled up all the stuff, the mining stuff that I did. It was $1,000 just for the card. It was $150 just for the motherboard. It was almost $100 for the case. It was another $150 for the power supply. So you're looking at all this. So you're looking at, let's just say $1,500 to maybe $2,000. And then now you have to know that you have to have the know-how on how to connect it to even start mining. Then you have to update it. Then you have to deal with the heat and the noise and your electricity bill.
Yep.
So this right here is a solution to all that. It's like, you know what? I want passive income. Here, I'm going to buy a few shares. I don't need to worry about it. I don't need to do anything. And then I just need to check it, so where's my money going to go? So me personally, I like it.
Yeah,
I like it a lot.
I agree. Like you said, Joe, it can get expensive. Like I said, I just bought the Solo Miner, and that wasn't expensive, by the way. But the point is, that's a lottery ticket.
Right.
Go ahead, Joe.
And then on top of that, you have the wear and tear on the actual, the GPU. It's going so fast, and the fan's going so fast, and then now you need to replace the heat sink and everything else. Then you have to replace the parts, and then problem solving when something doesn't go right. With that, I mean, it's set it, forget it. You buy a share
literally for them. They've got all the responsibility, not you. Yeah.
So I mean, I like it.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I literally registered right before I started the stream, and I'm like, damn it, I ain't got enough time right now. I had to come live. Yeah. But
one more thing too.
Yeah.
Okay, so the $1,000 GPU that I bought, it is now worth like $400 or $500. So that's another thing that you have to take into account. All of the stuff that you buy, it's going to go down in value because, there's newer stuff being put out there. So again, for me personally, so much easier. Just buy a couple shares, boom, you're set.
Yep. Yeah, that depreciation is a real thing. And even if you're running your crypto like a business, which if you've been following my Unlocking Your Crypto Journey series, that how many people have said you need to treat this like a business. But even if you're doing that, guess what? You can only write off so much depreciation.
Yeah, you can only write off so much depreciation, and then you froze up.
And I froze up.
There you
go. I caught it, and I'm like, damn it. See, I'm gonna get rugged as soon as Joe leaves. Watch, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. But anyway, I mean, you got to take the time to do it, and you can only write off so much of it. So yeah, this to me, winner chicken dinner. I'm definitely jumping in. And listen, I would be maybe a little more hesitant if I did not already work with JAR. But I work with him on Matrix Money Podcast. I've done other things with him in the past. And you want to know what? Good, solid person in this space. Those are the ones we try to promote. That's the way I look at it. Those are the ones.
And that's the hard part here too, is like, can you trust the person?
Yes.
And well, you've worked with him, you know his characteristics. You've been around. He's not trying to sell you something. So by you saying that you validate the dude, well, that's all I need. Okay, you trust him. I'm gonna trust him because you trust him. So
yeah.
But
and that's what's huge. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Joe. No. Sorry about that.
But speaking about trusting, I'm not sure how I'm going to segue this, but trust me, I have to leave right now because I'm looking at the time and I need to use stuff on my computer to get my stuff up and running. But if you're on X, definitely come on over to YouTube, smash the like. You're going to be forwarded automatically to my show. On my show, if you're curious of what I do on my show, I don't do any of this. Smoke up your butt, saying, oh, everything's going to be great. I show you the reality of trading. When we win, great. But, when we lose, we didn't talk about it. Why did we lose? Is it the market? Was it our setup? We have to, not only praise the wins, but we also have to identify what happened when we lost.
Yep.
And that's what we do on the channel. I don't have anything to sell you. I have stuff that I do, but definitely come check us out. And we're going to go there right after this. So for me, though, I do have to go and get ready. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate you. If you haven't already, smash the like. And I'll see you guys in a few minutes.
All right. We'll see you in a bit, Joe, assuming I don't get rug pulled in the meantime.
All right. We'll see you soon.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Thanks to Joe, man. He's here Mondays, Wednesdays with me at 11 a.m. Appreciate him very much. It gives you a lot of that additional information and perspective with regard to the markets and Bitcoin and so on and so forth. So I'm going to try and get through all of this before I do get rugged because I can see my internet glitching really bad right now. So if I do, just sit tight. I will end the stream and you'll get forwarded over to Joe's stream if you're on YouTube. If you're on X, again, it's just going to end. You're going to have to go find him on your own. But appreciate all of that and all of you for being here and all the activity in the chat. Alexandra G, thank you so much for modding in here. You are the best. Appreciate it. And so what's going on for the rest of this week? So today, this is pretty much that. I'm hoping to drop a video tomorrow, but honestly, I'm not thinking I am going to have that editing done in time. I'm still working on editing the last video that's dropping Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. The last video in module 1 of my educational series, which is me and BC Port Corp talking about setting up a success plan for the space for the newbie. And then, but before that, Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time, you know the drill, crypto on the rocks. I don't know that we're going to do any giveaways. As a matter of fact, all of the swag, I think, has gone out at this point for those who won in last week's giveaways. So be on the lookout for that stuff. It's coming. And I think we're just going to kind of take it easy this week. I'm actually on the road. That actually may be my theme for this week, on the road again, because I'm going to probably be doing the live stream literally on the road. So we'll see how that goes. I can't guarantee how good it's going to be, but I'll do my best. All right, everybody. That's pretty much it. I appreciate everybody being here. Again, thank you. If you're on YouTube, sit tight. We're going to forward you straight on over to Joe's stream. And when you get there, you know the drill. CCM raid in the chat. And I appreciate you. All right. I'll see you all Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time for Crypto on the Rocks. Take care, everybody.